Have you ever asked yourself, what kind of questions do women actually want men to ask? Most guys focus on impressing women with stories, jokes, or achievements, but very few realize that the right question can open doors to a woman's heart. As the great Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And trust me, the right question can make her feel truly seen and heard." This video might just be an eye-opener for any man who is serious about connecting with a woman on a deeper level. Because here's the truth. Most men ask surface-level questions, but women crave conversations that touch their soul. The right questions can show your curiosity, emotional intelligence, and genuine interest. And the best part? They're not just ordinary questions you hear every day. In this video, we'll break down the kinds of questions that make a woman think, feel, and remember you. So if you're tired of shallow small talk and really want to understand what makes a woman tick, then stick around. We'll share some powerful examples that will change the way you interact with women forever. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective and maybe even a whole new approach to the way you communicate. Number 1. The question that makes her open up. Picture this. You ask her, "What's something you've always wanted to do but never had the chance?" Suddenly, her eyes light up. She smiles, thinking for a moment before saying, "You know, I've always wanted to learn how to surf, but I've never had the time or courage." This kind of question is different. It's not just about small talk. It invites her to dream, to share a piece of herself that she doesn't normally talk about. Women love questions that make them feel heard and understood. As author Dale Carnegie once said, "To be interesting, be interested." And when you ask a question that makes her reflect on something meaningful, you instantly become more attractive in her eyes. So, next time you're with a woman you're truly interested in, go beyond the surface. Instead of asking her what she does for work, ask her what she wishes she could do. Instead of asking about her favorite movie, ask her why it's her favorite. These small shifts in conversation can make a huge impact, because in the end, the best connections aren't built on perfect words, but on meaningful moments. Number 2. The question that sparks emotion. Let's set the scene. You're walking side by side, the conversation flowing effortlessly, and then you ask her, "What's one moment in your life that changed you forever?" She pauses, caught off guard, before finally sharing a heartfelt story about how moving to a new city pushed her out of her comfort zone. Her voice softens, and for the first time tonight, she's not just talking, she's feeling. This is the power of the right question. It takes a conversation from casual to unforgettable. Women appreciate men who can create emotional depth in a conversation, not just guys who make them laugh or flatter them. As poet Rumi once said, "The soul has been given its own ears to hear things the mind does not understand." And when you ask a question that touches a woman's soul, she won't just remember the question, she'll remember you. Most men stay in the safe zone, asking about work, hobbies, or weekend plans. But if you really want to connect, ask about emotions, experiences, and dreams. Ask about the things that matter. That's how you stand out from every other guy she's ever talked to. So, the next time you're with someone special, take a chance. Ask a question that makes her stop and think. Because sometimes the right question isn't just a conversation starter, it's the beginning of something unforgettable. Number 3. The question that shows you truly see her. Picture this. You've been talking to this woman for a while, and instead of the usual compliments about her looks, you ask her, "What's something about you that most people don't notice right away?" She looks at you, surprised, then smiles. "Wow, no one's ever asked me that before," she says. She takes a moment to think before sharing. "Most people assume I'm really confident, but the truth is, I overthink everything." This question is powerful because it makes her feel seen. Women often feel like men focus on their appearance or surface-level traits, but when you ask about something deeper, something that reveals who she truly is, you create an emotional connection. As Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And when you show her that you care about the person behind the smile, you become someone different from every other guy who just throws around generic compliments. So, if you want to stand out, don't just tell her she's beautiful. Ask her what makes her unique. She'll remember you not for what you said, but for how you made her feel. Number 4. The question that unlocks her dreams. Imagine you're on a road trip with a woman you really like. The sun is setting and you turn to her and ask, "If you could live any life with no limits, what would it look like?" She laughs at first, then realizes you're serious. "I've always wanted to open a little cafe in Italy," she says, eyes sparkling at the thought. This is the kind of question that lets a woman dream out loud. It's not about where she works or what she studied. It's about what truly excites her. When you ask about her dreams, you're not just making conversation. You're giving her permission to imagine, to hope, and to share a part of herself she may not even talk about often. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And when you show interest in her dreams, you become part of them. So next time you're talking to a woman, don't just ask about her day. Ask about her future. You might be surprised by how much she's been waiting for someone to truly care about where she wants to go in life. And who knows? That one question might be the start of something amazing. Number 5. The question that invites her to share her passions. Imagine you're standing in front of a captivating piece of art, and instead of commenting on the painting, you lean in and ask, "What inspires you the most in life?" This unexpected question immediately shifts the conversation from superficial observations to something more profound. She pauses to reflect and then shares, "I find inspiration in the little moments, the sound of rain, a random act of kindness, or even a song that reminds me of a memory." This type of question is transformative because it invites her to delve into the things that move her emotionally and intellectually. It's not about the art on the wall, but about the art of her own life, the passions that make her unique. When you show genuine curiosity about what fuels her inner world, you're not just making conversation, you're creating a space where she feels safe to express herself. By asking such thoughtful questions, you pave the way for a deeper connection. It signals that you're interested in her as a whole person, beyond the surface. And in doing so, you set yourself apart as someone who values her inner beauty and the stories that have shaped her. Number 6. The question that opens up her worldview. Picture yourself in a serene library setting, and as you both pick out books, you ask her, "What's one experience that completely changed the way you see the world?" This question isn't just about sharing a story, it's about revealing the moments that have defined her perspective. She looks up, intrigued, and replies, "Traveling alone through a foreign country really opened my eyes to different cultures and ideas." This question was wonders because it encourages her to share an intimate part of her journey. how life's experiences have molded her beliefs and attitudes. It shows that you're not just interested in trivial details, but in understanding her deeper insights and personal growth. When a woman recounts such transformative experiences, it creates a mutual space for vulnerability and genuine dialogue. Ultimately, asking a question that opens up her worldview invites both of you to explore beyond the everyday. It allows for a richer, more dynamic conversation, and it could very well be the beginning of a memorable, meaningful connection. By venturing into these deeper topics, you demonstrate that you're ready to engage with her on a level that many men might overlook. Number 7. The question that reveals her true happiness. Now, picture this. You're sitting with her on a park bench, the sun casting a warm glow, and instead of asking a typical question like, "What do you do for fun?" you ask her, "What's something that instantly makes you happy, no matter what?" She thinks for a moment, then smiles. "Dancing in my living room when no one's watching," she says with a laugh, or maybe, "the smell of fresh brewed coffee in the morning." This question is simple, yet powerful. It invites her to reflect on the little joys in life, the things that bring her genuine happiness. When you show interest in what lights up her world, you create a positive emotional experience just by asking. As Albert Schweitzer once said, happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. And when she shares something close to her heart, she naturally starts associating those warm, happy feelings with you. So next time you're in a conversation, go beyond the usual, "What's your hobby?" and instead ask about what truly brings her joy. This not only makes the moment feel special, but it also helps you understand what makes her tick, which is the foundation of any deep connection. Number 8. The question that shows you value. Her perspective. Imagine you're sharing dinner with her, and instead of asking, "What's your favorite movie?" you look at her and ask, "What's a life lesson you've learned that you think everyone should know?" She pauses, her expression thoughtful before saying, "That no one is coming to save you. You have to create your own happiness." This question is special because it shows that you respect her thoughts, her wisdom, and the experiences that have shaped her. Women appreciate when a man values their insight, rather than just their looks or their fun side. As Socrates famously said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." And by asking this question, you not only gain a new perspective, but you also show her that you're the kind of man who genuinely listens and learns from others. In a world where so many conversations stay on the surface, this kind of question sets you apart. It invites her to share something meaningful, something personal. And when a woman feels heard and respected, she will naturally feel a stronger connection with you. So, don't be afraid to ask deeper questions, because sometimes a single conversation can change everything. So, the power of the right question. At the end of the day, the right question isn't just about making conversation, it's about making connection. A woman doesn't fall for a man because of his looks, his car, or even his achievements. She falls for the way he makes her feel. And when you ask a question that makes her pause, reflect, and open up, you're doing something most men never do. You're giving her the space to be seen and understood. As the great Leo Buscaglia once said, "Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around." Your words, when chosen with intention, have the power to make a woman feel truly valued. Most men talk, but few know how to listen. The ones who stand out are those who ask the kinds of questions that touch a woman's soul. Questions that make her dream, that invite her to share her emotions, and that remind her of the beauty of her own story. When a woman meets a man who asks questions that stir something within her, she remembers him. She thinks about him long after the conversation ends. Why? Because he's different. Because he made her feel something real. As Rumi beautifully put it, the soul has been given its own ears to hear things the mind does not understand. So if you truly want to capture a woman's heart, stop focusing on impressing her and start understanding her. Ask about her dreams, her passions, her struggles, and her defining moments. Show her that you care about who she is, not just what she looks like. Because the man who can make a woman feel deeply understood is the man she will never forget. And who knows? The right question might just be the beginning of something extraordinary. And there you have it, the power of the right question. The difference between being just another guy and being the one she remembers isn't about having the perfect pickup line or a flashy lifestyle. It's about how you make her feel. When you ask with genuine curiosity, when you listen with intention, you create a space where real connections thrive. Women don't fall in love with words. They fall in love with the man behind them. So, make your words count. Make your questions mean something. Thank you for spending your time here today. I truly appreciate it. If this video opened your eyes to something new, then I encourage you to take action. The next time you talk to a woman, ask a question that matters, not just to fill the silence, but to understand her heart. Because, as the great John Maxwell once said, people may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. And when you ask the right questions with the right intention, you become unforgettable. So, go out there and start meaningful conversations. Make her feel seen. Make her feel valued. And remember, respect is the foundation of connection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, ask better, connect deeper, and watch how everything changes.